All right, everyone, this is Craig Inaba, President of Oxygen4Energy, and tonight we're having a conference call with our master distributor, Mr. David Dubbs. Dave has been a top earner in multiple network marketing companies. He's earned over $1 million through network marketing and online marketing, and he's earned six-figure monthly checks in network marketing. So, you know, he knows what he's doing, and we're super excited to have him be part of our team. And let's turn it over to Dave and see what he has to say about what makes Oxygen4Energy such an exciting business opportunity. Dave, take it away.
All right, everybody, I'm super excited to be here tonight. You know, last week we did one of these calls, and then we watched the results literally fly in. I mean, signups were just coming in like crazy, which is very gratifying. But I think this week's going to even be better because I got a lot of announcements on tonight's call that'll just be totally blow your mind here. So let me get started. You know, I've been a top network marketer and several companies, managed my way from being, you know, when I got started, I wasn't a top earner. You know, just like everybody else, I struggled in a lot of different opportunities, didn't know what I was doing. And then I figured out how to use the internet to do internet marketing and literally rise to the top. And I've done that over and over. And, you know, I look for companies that have the right ingredients, so to speak. And one of the funny things is because my name's out there as a top internet marketer and top in MLM companies, I probably get 5 to 10 offers a week. Different companies, different company owners calling me up, trying to wine dine me and try to get me to join their companies. And the funny thing about Oxygen4Energy is I went to them. And I think that's very unique because I saw them. I actually was at the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio this year. They had a booth. I knew they were going the MLM market. And I went to them, and I'll tell you a couple reasons why here. First off was the product. I've never seen it before. I said, my goodness, there's a product that just isn't out there. You know, you look at MLMs, and shoot, I've been around for a long time. What hasn't been done? What is out there in MLM that's not being competed with? You know, for example, if you're in a nutritional company, you can literally go to vitamin shops and GNCs and find very similar products at probably better prices and maybe even better quality products. If you're in some cosmetic deal or things like that, you're competing versus department stores, Rite Aids, Walgreens. You can walk in there and you have competition. Not only do you have competition, you're competing versus with companies that have mega marketing budgets. I mean, how can you win? Not to mention that you got 5 or 10 or 20 different companies that all do the same thing. I mean, how many ways can you redo a juice product? But it's out there like crazy. And so I saw Oxygen4Energy. I saw that the product was very unique. Not only was it basically one of a kind, but not only you couldn't find it in any store, and there was no other MLM that had it. So literally, I'm looking at a product that had zero competition. So that excited me like crazy. But, you know, being smart and doing this for a long time, I had some concerns. So I talked to the owner, Jeff, and said, Jeff, listen, I'm very interested in joining the company here, but I have some concerns. Would it be all right if I come out and meet you? So I literally flew up to Chicago and spent 2 days with Jeff and his son. And because I had to make sure everything was on the up and up, and, you know, I wanted to make sure there was a financial backing here because I didn't want to get involved in the company and watch it go away. I want this to be so-called my last hurrah, so to speak. And so I met Jeff, and very interesting guy. Jeff was the guy who created paintball. And, you know, let me tell you this story. He was basically saying, can you imagine, Dave, me telling my friends and my family I'm going to walk away from my job. I got this great idea to make balls that explode, guns that shoot them. Guys that are grown adults are going to go into this big field every Saturday and shoot each other. And imagine what people told me. People laughed. People thought, man, that's a crazy idea. Because back in the day, imagine if you didn't know what paintball was like we do now, you're trying to picture that. And the fact is he turned that into a $500 million industry. He even told me at one time that Walmart actually went after him to carry his brand, where most people are dying to get into Walmart and have to fight with Walmart. Walmart actually came after him. So, again, a guy who's taken a business from scratch, a never-before-done product, and turned it into a $500 million industry. Who was laughing at the end of that? Okay? Now, people look at this product, bottled oxygen, and say, well, I don't know if that's going to work or this and that. Well, here's what he had to tell me. He said, Dave, let me tell you something. If you want to make money, and I know you made a lot of money on the internet, but if you want to make big money like I've made, you got to get into an industry, into a niche that has not been done before. And that's a hard thing to do these days because what hasn't been done? Well, guess what? He goes, I'm going to do it again, and you're either going to be there with me or you're going to watch me do it. And I kind of laughed and said, well, and now you put it that way, I'm on board. So as far as financial stability in the company, we have no issues whatsoever, okay? It's very well funded. As far as having a product that's never been done before, I am super excited about because I started thinking about it like this. I'm a marketer, okay? And I always think of things in terms of marketing. And think of all the products that were the category creator. For example, if you cut your finger, you're probably going to ask someone to get you a Band-Aid. Well, guess what? A Band-Aid isn't the product. A bandage is the product. Band-Aid is a brand name. If you got to blow your nose, you're probably going to ask someone to pass you a Kleenex. Guess what? Kleenex isn't a brand name. Isn't a product. It's the brand name. I was watching the news last week, and they were talking about killing weeds in the front yard. And they said, yeah, if you want to kill dandelions, spray Windex on it. The guy didn't say spray glass cleaner. He said Windex. If you look at everybody who's been a category creator, they own the industry. Red Bull, started out. They started in these grassroots events, like these bike events and these running events and things like that. Guess what? When you think of energy drinks, they own the market. And guess what we're doing? Oxygen4Energy is doing a ton of grassroots events, bodybuilding shows, fitness shows, bike shows, at track meets all over the nation. No other MLM has actually gone and set up booths to help distributors to get name recognition. It's never been done before. Yet, we're doing it for you right now as we speak. So we are a category creator and, first to be done in MLM. So super excited about the product. Now, let me go over some other things here about the product. Some people think it's just for sports and fitness. Well, that being true, the thing about it is no, we didn't invent oxygen. It's been around a long time. Actually, some of you, especially the guys on the phone who watch the NFL, you see guys that are literally on oxygen at the NFL games. Okay, the MGM Grand in Las Vegas gets over 75,000 visits a year through their oxygen bar. And that's only just the one at MGM Grand. They're all over Las Vegas. So oxygen has been a hot product. Just no one's ever taken the time to literally bottle it, make it handheld and portable, and put it in an MLM like we have. So get excited about that. But though it's for athletes and it gives you killer performance, okay, that isn't our only market. We also are in the anti-hangover market. To me, man, this just excites me to no end. I get crazy when I think about this. The first MLM to attack the multi-million-dollar anti-hangover market, you got to be kidding, because this actually works as an anti-hangover. We even make a piece of POP display that's point of purchase that will sit on a bar counter and hold 12 cans. And bar owners can sell it to their people that are there on a Tuesday night at 3 a.m. that need to wake up at 7 a.m. that would do it all day. It's also for seniors who don't want to mess around with energy drinks and energy pills, and a ton of other multi-million-dollar markets. So we have so many multi-million-dollar markets that are basically untouched and untapped, especially in the MLM world. So I am super excited, and so should you be, to be on the forefront, on the ground floor of a product like this and a company like this. Now, here's where I love it, okay? Most MLMs, let's face it, have a little bit of a stink on it. And what I mean by that, you go up to a normal Joe that doesn't know anything about the industry. They say, oh, you're in one of those MLM things. Well, one of the coolest parts about Oxygen4Energy that no other company has is we have about 70 of the top name celebrity athletes involved. I mean, our product was literally shown on Showtime. Our actual product was shown on Showtime in what they called Strike Force, which is a big mixed martial art event. You know, the cage fighting, UFC type style. Actually, the UFC just bought them. And our product was shown to millions of people as one of our fighters, two of our fighters used it between rounds. I mean, what other MLM gets that kind of exposure? We had a guy, gold medalist in the Olympics, silver medalist in the Olympics. We have swimmers, elite bodybuilders and fitness athletes. You name the sport, they're probably part of our company. And so when people say, well, I don't know about this, or I don't know about, MLM, and all of a sudden you say, hey, this guy? He only has, 20,000 fans on his fan page. Oh, he's involved? Holy cow. We have people from the NFL interested in our product. I mean, this thing is hot and is going crazy, okay? So now let me just do a recap real quick. I broke down why I got involved. A ground floor opportunity, a one-of-a-kind product with zero competition, crossing over several multi-million-dollar marketplaces. And so that's great, right? Well, now let's talk about the other things that you need. Okay, well, all that is good. And I'm sure you've seen it. You're like, Dave, I've seen a million different MLMs before. They all tell me how good their stuff is. Okay, I agree. Okay, I've been there, done it, seen it a million times. So let's talk about something. You need marketing tools. I'm an internet marketer, and I've had all my success by creating tools that work. What we're really trying to do is when people are new to this industry, they get there's problems involved. The reason not everybody's successful out of the gate is they get all these people saying, oh, you're in one of those things, or, oh, how long you been in and how much money have you made? And all these kind of questions happen when someone's new. Well, how to prevent that is to really take you out of the equation and let the tools do the work. Because the big money to be made in this industry is by having what we call duplication. And duplication happens extremely quickly when you can just take a person, an average Joe just getting started, and literally plug them into a copy and paste system and say, here's all you have to do. So let me discuss the tools that we came up with, the tools that are far above and beyond any network marketing company out right now. I will go head-to-head with any company on the market with these tools. And tools is what creates success in MLM. Bottom line, period, end of story. You can have any great company, all the backing you want, but if you don't have the right tools in place, you're not moving. It's kind of like having a quarter tank of gas and being in California and trying to drive to Pittsburgh. It's not really going to happen. Well, what we gave you is a G6 jet to take, and let me tell you why. First of all, we created two 1-800 recorded phone lines. So you can literally hand out a 1-800 number to somebody, and guess what? It does all the talking, the telling, the selling, and explaining for you. And by the time they're done hearing this recording number, they can't wait to go to your website and get more information. The power of it being a recording is when you give this number away, guess what? They know they're not going to have to talk to anybody. So they're more than willing to call it knowing someone's not going to pick up and say hello. It disarms them. And so we have two numbers that we did that are totally exciting numbers that people call and get information like, oh, my gosh, this is hot. This is the next bottled water. I can't wait to get in this. And I'm going to get into that story in a minute. So we got two 1-800 numbers to do all the talking, selling, and telling and explaining for you. Then what we did was we created several websites. But one of our websites called the O4E Pro system is the number one recruiting system out there. I know me and another guy that's also a top internet marketer, we designed it, but we designed it to stomp on the competition. Here's what it does. When you get to the website, there's a flash movie that starts with a professional voiceover that comes on board that has this movie that makes people so curious they want to enter their name, email, and phone number. And we're literally getting thousands of leads per day through this system. Well, as soon as they put in their name, email, and phone number, guess what? Whatever, let's say it was your system, you're going to get an email right away. Boom. Joe Blow just went through your website and is on your, looking at your website right now. So now you have a couple options. One, you can follow up with them right away, or you can let the system do the work. I recommend both. But what happens is as soon as they enter that information, they go on a tour. And the tour takes them, it's basically like a book. We designed this to work. I've been writing ad copy for years, and one of the things that I do is look at website conversions. I know that sounds like a big word, but let me put it to you in a nutshell. I knew if I wanted to make money in this business, I had to have something that takes a person from a lead to I can't wait to whip out my credit card and join instantly. And let me tell you, we get sales every single day from people that have never even talked to anybody, that the system is so good, they've read every page, got super excited, and said, I'm in. What do I got to do? So let me explain this. So the tour reads from left to right, and it goes over product, goes over the company, goes over the athletes, goes over the marketing system, goes over the pay plan, which we'll talk about here in a minute, and then goes to a join page. And one of the things I know about conversions, like I just talked about, is you have to have something for everybody, especially in today's economy. Some people have tight. Some people are look at this opportunity and say, man, this is the hottest thing since sliced bread. I know it's going to be the next bottle of water. I'm joining now. Give me the top package. The top package starts at $3.99. Yet we have 4 packages, and there's one as low as $50. And let me explain that. $50. That's $1.66 a day. A Diet Coke at a gas station is $1.49, yet will never provide you with a lifelong residual income that could be huge. Let me repeat that. $1.66 a day for some people to get started in this business. Your Diet Coke, your cheeseburgers, nothing you do. Your cell phone bill that costs you more than $50, your gas bill that costs you more than $50, your cable bill, the Nike Shocks you bought for $125 at Finish Line, none of those are going to create you with a lifelong income. Yet we have a level as low as $50 to get started. Again, most of the people on this call that are very serious are going to choose a higher package. But the fact is we have 4 packages. And the reason we have 4 packages is I wanted it to be made so people can't say no. When they get here and see all the exciting stuff we're going, all the athletes we're going, the marketing system we have, how can you say no? And if you have the right price points, guess what? They don't. They whip out their credit card and they say, sign me up. And they pick a package and they join. That's exciting. Actually, right before this phone call, I had somebody sign up as a customer. I've never spoken to the woman in my life. Don't know who she is. She went through the website and said, man, I want to try this product. And literally went and bought it as a customer, automatically with me not saying a word. Now, let me tell you, everybody, that's power. And that's the system we have. Well, let me tell you, not only is that system so good, a week later, we built another one. To give you another option, we have another Flash movie that just came out 2 days ago. Now, all these other MLMs are stuck. They're slow. They barely have any marketing tools to begin with. And here, what are we doing? We're like a machine over here. Keep producing marketing tool after marketing tool after marketing tool to give to you. This call is an example of it. We're also doing a call Thursday night. We have 2 calls a week where all you have to do is plug your people in, let them talk to me, $1 million earner in this industry, close them for you, and you get paid. Isn't that nice for me to do all the heavy lifting? That's what we have here. But now, let's talk about this. Before I get into the main part of the call, which I really like to go over, I'm going to tell you something. How would you like to be on the forefront of bottled water? When a guy said, I'm going to invent bottled water, everybody laughed. That can't work. I get it on my tap. Who's going to go buy bottled water? Well, here's the deal. Right now, you go to a gas station, Walmart, whatever, you buy bottled water. It costs you $1 to $1.49 for bottled water, right? People do it every single day. Well, guess what? Most of the water you buy in stores, I was walking through a store today and I was laughing. Almost every water there was purified water. It wasn't even spring water anymore, meaning you put a Brita filter on your tap, you fill up your bottle, you get the same thing as what you're buying for $1 to $1.49. You know what the difference is? When you fill it up at your sink, you pay 2 cents. That's it. 2 cents for a 20-ounce bottle of water. Well, how on earth does that industry work? Why are people outside stores picketing a 5,000% markup? People yell and complain about gas. Well, shoot, gas isn't even anywhere close to the markup that bottled water is. Yet it's an industry that works and does over $12 billion in the U.S. Well, guess what, everyone? We're the first people to bottle oxygen. And with over 70 athletes involved, with the way people are feeling on it, look at the energy drink market, full of crap. I'm a bodybuilder and I love nutrition, and I was looking at the energy drinks. Most of them are full of sugar, full of a bunch of crap. And I get more of a buzz off of oxygen than I ever do. And when the word gets out, guess what? You're on the forefront of the next bottled water. Now, I know this sounds awesome. I know this sounds crazy good right now. But I want to tell you something. Without the next part of this business, no matter how good a business sounds, you can fail. Because almost every MLM out there, and I know because I know everybody involved in them, I know every one of them out there right now, and I know what's offered. I've been in this industry forever. All these businesses, when you join, you get a slap on the back and a good luck. That's what you get. Slap on the back and a good luck. Hey, thanks for joining. I hope you do great. Well, guess what? You've already done that. I guarantee most of the people on this call have probably been in 5, 10 different opportunities. You already got that pat on the back. Did it propel you to success? Probably not. So where are we different? Well, one of the things that we do differently, including our marketing tools, our suite of marketing tools that just totally dominates anything else out there. But what we do different is I'm doing training. I'm going to show you how to use the internet to have people chasing you instead of you chasing them. Imagine if you had tons of people every day filling out forms saying, look, I'm interested. How do I get started? And having a lot of those people automatically whipping their credit card out and join you. I've been a top earner in 7 companies. I've never had to recruit anybody local. Not saying that's a bad thing or good thing. I actually, in this is a little bit different product where you can. And there's people that are great at that. But I've used the internet solely to have people chase me. Now, what if you were getting trainings every single week, exclusive to our reps? It's not going to be out there just for the general public, only our reps. Training that I could easily sell for $1,000 with my eyes closed. Because people out there want this training because they haven't been successful. They don't know how to get people chasing them. And what if I were to sit down and show you step by step every single internet marketing technique, all of them, okay, because I know them all. I know all the ones that work. And I'm going to break them down every single week and put training in your hand to show you step by step how to go out there and get more leads than you probably ever have. We have a rep in this business named Stuart Dennison, good friend of mine. I met him when I was 16 years old, folding clothes in a clothing store. He saw me on a leaderboard of a company, and he said, man, that can't be the Dave Dubs I know. No, 16 years later, we meet up again. He said, Dave, you've been a top earner in all these companies. You holding out on me? I've been trying this for like a year. Great guy. He's done probably more trainings than anything I've ever went to. You know what? I showed him some stuff. I told him what to do. And in one day, he got more leads than he ever had in over a year and a half. In one day, just listening to me. And what we're doing for Oxygen4Energy reps is giving you exclusive internet marketing training. This is not fluff, people. This is not what if. This is the stuff I do on a daily basis. You are going to get expert internet marketing. And someone can join the business for $1.66 a day and have access to that? Is that not crazy? Well, what I just did there is I gave you icing on the cake. So when you talk to someone and you show them the product, one of a kind, product in MLM, okay, when you show them the pay plan, when you show them the ground floor opportunity, when you show them the killer marketing tools, and they're sitting there on the fence and they're like, man, this is hot. I really need to do this. But I've done this before. I've been in all these companies. I haven't had success. Well, guess what? Bada bing, bada boom. You get to drop down the announcement that you get to work with $1 million earner that's made top internet marketer. And it's going to sit there and teach that person what to do step by step. There's no excuses anymore. None. So what we've done here is we put together the most comprehensive program out there with the best product, celebrity endorsement, and celebrity athlete endorsements, marketing systems and tools, and most of all, the training. There's no more slap on the back and good luck. There's, I am glad you got started. Here's what to do next. Let's plug you into this system, and let's get you rocking. And I hope you're excited. And on top of that, if that is not all good enough, and I know that I've been on this call for a while, but what I wanted to do was another thing, is I actually set up a social network, too, just for reps. Because let's say you're marketing on the internet and you bring Sue in, and Sue lives in Idaho. And she's brand new to the business, and Sue, doesn't know a lot about things yet. Well, guess what? I've built a social network that Sue can plug into, and guess what? She can talk to other reps. She gets to share ideas. They get to put pictures up and videos. And, hey, I just signed up 3 reps this week, and here's how I did it. And get to share all this information. So no one is out there by themselves anymore. That's the other problem in MLM. All these people sign up in these deals, and they're by themselves. They feel alone. Guess what? We fixed it. Where MLM was broke, I can guarantee you, I just went through with a check mark and fixed all those things that you've experienced in every other company. And guess what? We have 4 ways you can get started. And all you have to do is go back to the person that brought you to this call and get started. And then guess what? Next week, with all the internet marketing that we're going to show you how to do, you're going to have people to put on this call, and you can let me close your sales, and you can let me help you generate a check, which is why you're here and why you're out here. Now, I should cut this call off right now because it's going long. But I want to talk about money. Let's face it, that's why we're all in this business. As good as the product is, you're here because you like money, you want to make money, you want freedom. I live a life of freedom. I get up when I want to. I don't have an alarm clock. I don't need to wake up. I could buy what I want. I could travel where I want to go any day of the week. I love the lifestyle this industry has afforded me to do. Well, what I like about this pay plan here is I like to see people making money fast. And one of the ways we pay is we give upfront bonuses. As soon as you sign up somebody, you get an upfront bonus, anywhere from $20 to $90 up front. We have people making several of these every single day. So cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. You can make several payments a day, every day. I mean, that's great. Using the internet, using all of our marketing tools, I love it. Well, guess what? We also pay you second-tier commissions. So here's what happens. I was in a deal before, and I happened to sign up under a gal. She didn't really know who I was. She was super nice, and she said, Dave, if there's anything I could do for you, I'd love to help. And I laughed. I said, man, this girl has no idea what's about to happen to her. She just signed up a top internet marketer. I went out and signed up 365 people in 2.5 weeks in that deal. Well, guess what? If you were in this deal pays you second-tier commissions on every single person that signs up under somebody. So if you sign up Joe and he's an internet marketing guy and you never knew it, and Joe went and hit his list and started marketing like crazy, you make anywhere from $2 to $20-some payments. Ching, 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 all the way to the bank. And imagine that. And the cool part about the internet is, and the way I show you how to market, is there's so many people out there that could plug into this marketing system. And remember, I'm training all your people. So you don't have to train your people. Let me train your people. Let me show them what to do. So guess what happens? Those second-tier commissions keep coming. Because why? People are following the training. This training works. It works because I proved it works over the years. Everything that worked 5 years ago, I'm still doing most of the stuff I did 5 years ago because it's still working. Guess what happens when we plug in every single person that signs up in your business into this training? On those second-tier commissions, it's huge. Well, on top of that, we pay residual income, and that's where the money is. Walk-away residual income. See, I used to be in sales. Used to be in a mortgage broker. And you know what? I was only as good as my last month. I could have a great month. I could close all these deals. But guess what? Next month I had to do it again. And in sales, you're only good as your last month. And a lot of these deals, you're only as good as your last month or how many hours you put in. Well, guess what? If you guys all spend some time right now in this ground floor opportunity that's right here in front of you and put some work in, you guys can have a walk-away income. Nice monthly checks that can potentially keep getting bigger month after month after month and have the freedom. You can do that. So anyway, get back to the person that brought you here today. We're going to have another call this Thursday. Get plugged into all of our marketing tools, and I'm going to have a new training I'm going to probably knock out tomorrow or the next day that's going to get sent to every single rep in the company. And I'm going to take one topic and show you how to master it. And then next week we're going to do it again and again. I'm so excited, so pumped up, I guess you guys can tell. Everybody, have a great night, and we'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.